Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 2128, it's a tier 9 Soviet SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Redshire and it's under the command of pitro123, and this is another double header video featuring two replays. Game underway. Well, we can see he's got the 203mm howitzer, which is capable of doing 900 alpha, penetrating 52mm of armour. How do I know it's the 203? Well, it's a short stubby barrel instead of the long one which you get with the 152mm. It's the B4 howitzer. Okay, he's aiming for the enemy and he's decided to aim for the hill where the enemy tanks like to go up and see if they can get early spots on our team. I thought I just saw a tree move, so I suspect there's somebody up there already. He's just waiting for one to be spotted so he can actually take action. There's one of them. Rams out. Nice hit. 450 hit points on that one and some stun. And he's getting some stun assists. In fact, he's getting a lot of stun assists because the strip turned sideways on and he picked up 1,091 stun assists from that one hit alone. Oh, it's looking like Pitro might end up with an ace tanker out of this if he can do that again. Okay, he's lining up a shot on the Centurion 7-1, who's moving very erratically. Oh, did he fire? He did. We didn't hear the explosion from the gun leaving the barrel, but well, the shell leaving the barrel. But he actually stunned 2 enemy tanks. Or was it 3? Has the sound got out of sync? I do believe it has got out of sync. Okay, he's lining up his next shot. That noise actually might have been from the other Artys alongside us. And that one went long behind the E100, but he is stunned. So if we do hear a discharge from a howitzer, it might be that our teammate fired. Or is it? No, it's not him, because the GW Tiger is actually over towards the east. So I think that was a sync problem with Wargaming's client. Trying to get the IS-4. Rams out. Just a little late, but 338 from a near miss. Now, as you know, the 212A never actually got built. It was supposed to be built from the hull of a KB222, but as you may know, the KB222 never came into existence because they only made one of them to test out the hull to see which one was better, that or the T150, and they were going to build the KB3 from it. Oh, good hit on the Centurion, and that I think was a low penetration, the 814. I think he hit the engine deck of that Centurion. He won't be a happy bunny. Standard reload is 37.39 seconds. Pitro's got 30.34, which is actually quite good. Rounds out. Oh, got the kill. Yep, got him this time. Now, I should actually let you know, this is a replay from some time ago. I think it was from March of 2021, so that's why he might be doing more damage, since they did nerf the Arty just before, or just after this. So this is pre-nerf. It's much better to play Arty back then. Rounds out the 704. Just a little late. 197 though from a splash. Yes, this was before sound detection came in and all that crap. And so enemy tanks didn't tend to move out the way so quickly. Of course, now they get a free warning. Of course, back during the Second World War, you didn't get any warning at all. You heard a rumble in the distance. And then that thing happened. That was a penetrating shot, killing the AMX-30. For 1,093 hit points. I think it's almost a certainty that Pitro123 is going to end up with an ace tanker now after only a few shots. He's already got 3,000 hit points of damage and 2,494 of stun assist. And remember, even back then, when it was easier to get damage, that was a high total. Dialed in on the 704, rounds out, and long flight time. Splats him for 302, but it's the stun assist that we're looking at. And he managed to get 936 actually from damage assist. He tracked the guy. And so he's now up to 936 from stun assist, from damage assist, and 2,600 from stun assist. So yes, about even on the amount of actual damage and assistance damage. Rounds out on TVP. No, little too late on that one for 118. There's only 6 enemy vehicles left in the game. So we've got a 3 tank advantage at the moment. Our guys are streaming down the west side of the map. They found the enemy Leopard, who's trying to hold up on that little hill. The Kunstpanzer found him, so he's decided to go the other side of the hill. There's a T-30 over by the Zeppelin who might... Oh no, he's not looking. It's a pity that, because he might be able to slot that Leopard very easily. But Pitro fires at him instead, and the shell knocks the trees down. Misses him altogether. Oh no, look at this. He stunned him anyway. And he's taking damage and he's out the game. So the stun worked. Got good stun off that. There's only 4 enemies left, including 2 of their Arty. The Arty, one of them has just been found down in the riverbank. And he's just got slotted. A Char-Future 4 came in to try and defend him. Rounds out in the Char. Moves forward. And oh, the shell misses, but it stuns him nevertheless. Okay, so 3 tank advantage. The 212's on the move. 2 marks of excellence on the barrel. I think there's definitely a sync problem with the sound. He's trying to get into a position so he can get some more shots on the enemy. The shorter the time between, or the flight time between us and the enemy, the more likely we're going to get a direct hit. Yeah, he's gone high. Okay, it means he's more visible to the enemy, but he's got a much closer position, and this should be good for getting some damage. Okay, our guys are in the cap. They need to get a little closer to the riverbank, because that Char-Future 4 might be sitting only a short distance away. We've still got the game running, even though we've lost some of the sound. There's the Leopard. Okay, he's one shot. You can splash kill the Leopard. Nope, our teammates get him instead. The Object 430 claims another kill. He's now up to 3. Pitro's got 2, so he could platoon with the 430 if he can get another one. There's only 2 enemies left, the Char-Future 4 and their batch at 155.55. I think the T-30's closing in on the enemy. There's the batch at, and he doesn't last very long, so the T-30 makes short work of him. And that means the Char-Future 4 is the last enemy alive. And he just killed our Object 430, so no chance of a platoon with him, but the T-30 has 3 kills. Just waiting for them to find that Char-Future 4, and he's not where we expected, so I suspect he headed north along the river to try and escape, and he might be headed this way. Yes, he is headed this way. Okay, he's lining up a shot to try and hit him as soon as he comes through the bridge. Close, but now he's got to get out of here, because that Char might have seen him. No 6th sense gone off, so he hasn't been seen. Let's hope the Char-Future 4 had straight up the river, in which case then he's going to miss Pitro, because Pitro's in cover. The GW Tiger now realises that he's in a bit of a sticky situation, but we're capping with 2 at the other end, so I think this game's going to be over before the Charfuture gets another kill. And our Leopard's just passing us right now, going the opposite direction. I think he wants that kill. Ooh, the Char's gone back up onto the near the Zeppelin to try and get shots on the Cap, but I think he's left it too late. And there's no way we can get a hit on him, so game over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for pitro123. I called it earlier on in the battle. I thought he's doing so much stun assist, so much actual damage, that I thought, no, there's no way he's not going to get an ace in this one. Yes, he got an ace tanker, not the first time he's had one before. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, in fact he got 14, and a Gauze medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and his win 8 on that battle was 4,505, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score and see what he did. Well, he actually did get the second highest damage in the game, because the highest damage went to the TVP T5051 on the enemy team with 3,941 hit points of damage, and he didn't get a high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. Yeah, that must have sucked for him, because he did it but didn't get the medal. 3,711 went to Pitro with the 212. And the third highest damage in the game actually goes to the Leopard prototype on the enemy team, who picked up a Leather Slaves medal and 3,386. When it came to kills, it was shared between the T30, the Object 430, and the Leopard prototype. All got 3 kills each. 2 kills went to Pitro and to the E100 on his own team, and 1 tank on the enemy team, the TVP T5051. When it came to base XP, it's Pitro. Yes, 1,295 went to him, 1,012 went to the T30, and 997 went to the GW Tiger. Pitro fired 13 rounds in that game, got 4 direct hits on the enemy and 3 penetrations. Yeah, almost unheard of to get as many pens, but it's very difficult to get the same sort of pens now since they made the changes, which happened, I think, in the 1.13 client. And we were past it. It was the AMX30 that got a pen, as well as the Centurion. In fact, he got 2 pens, one on the engine deck and the other one which actually finished him off in the end. So 3 pens was on those 2 tanks. He also got 10 splashes on the enemy. Damage of 3,711 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 7 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 936 hit points of damage assist. That was where he tracked the ME704, I think it was. And then 3,608 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. And I think the combination of those plus the damage made it absolutely certain that he was going to get an ace tanker. On a free-to-play account, he earned 49,160 credits, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables, still made a profit of 4,330 credits. He got 1,295 base XP, and there was no alterations, so that's all he took away from the game. Let's have a look at the modules, because it's something that we're now doing in our feature, which I think some people might find useful. And here we go to Armor Inspector to actually have a look and see what the modules look like. If I pull back a little bit so we can see it, this is the configuration of the modules on the 212A. We've got the transmission up front, the engine directly behind it. There's the driver, actually located on his own right up front of the vehicle. Yeah, so he's in a separate compartment to the rest of the crew, and he can't get back to them because the engine's kind of blocking the way. Directly behind the engine is the fuel tanks, so that's directly underneath where the engine, the barrel, the mantlets and the gun mount is. On one side we've got the loader, the gunner on this side here. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Yep, that's better. Okay, on this side we've got the gunner. On the other side we've actually got the commander of the vehicle. There he is. In fact, I'm looking at this now. I'm wondering, is that 2 gunners and 1 commander? No, that's definitely the gunner over there. So I'm presuming, based on this, they've got the coloration wrong. And, or is it, that's the radio operator? Yes, that's what it is. This is the commander. That is the radio operator. And there must be that must be the radio there directly to their side. Because I wouldn't have thought the radio operator would be ahead of the commander in the seats there mounted, so the commander can actually see what's going on. We've got several ammo racks in this tank. 2 loaders sitting at the back, 1 on either side. Big ammo racks on either side of them, so if you aim for the back of this Arty, which I think a lot of players tend to if they're aiming at one of these to hit that the sides of the vehicle or at the rear, you're more than likely going to set off the ammo rack. But there's also an ammo rack in the floor as well, just behind the fuel tanks. So even if they aim low and it goes through the tracks, there's a fairly good chance they might set off the ammo rack underneath. So yes, I'm afraid lots of ammo racks to aim at, and that's why a lot of these Artys tend to go bang very quickly if you aim a shot at the rear of them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that and that information. We're now going to go to the second replay, and pitro123 still in the 212A. The second battle is on the south spawn of Prokhorovka. Okay, off we go. One of the good things about the 212A is the fact that it is an enclosed casemate, which means that you can use vents and vent purge to speed up the crew a little bit more, and that really does help. Plus, of course, being a Soviet Arty with a very narrow arc, it's only got an arc of 8 degrees, 4 degrees either side. It's got a very quick aim on the enemy as well. Rounds out the Leopard. Direct hit, 476. That's a non-pen shot. Now, he did knock that tree down, which would give the enemy Arty a clue as to where he is. In fact, there's 3 enemy Arty in this game. A GW E100, an Object 261 and an FB3805. It's a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks in it. Okay, it's loaded, ready to go, but we need a target. There's one. It's an Object 430. You can see it dials in fairly quickly. It's about 2 or 3 seconds and ready to go. Rounds out, and we didn't hear the shell go out, but we certainly heard a critical hit was achieved, so I think he did hit the armor. Yeah, this sounds out of sync again. I think I know why. I think this was around about the time they were changing the client, and I think there might be a difference between the clients at this moment. I hope you can bear with it. The enemy tanks sound okay. I think it's only the Arty. Well, he's maybe still be behind those trees, but we need confirmation. And no, he's decided he's going to go elsewhere. No, somebody changed his mind and he's gone back to the 257. Dialed in, rounds out, and oh, he did get a hit off that one, and he's changing position straight away. So he's already over 1,000 hit points of damage, but hasn't got much stun assist. Oh no, he has now, and there's that delayed sound. Sorry about that. 1,081 stun assist. One of his teammates must have hit the 257 after it was stunned, and it had pretty substantial effect. Okay, he's decided whilst he's still looking to get on the move, and now he's stopped to take a shot. Notice how quickly it dials in. That's the compensation you get from wargaming for having such a narrow arc of fire, that at least it dials in fairly quickly. Oh, somebody was knocking down fences there, because I just heard next to the, there it is, it was an E75. And he fires the round in. and gets another critical hit for 409 and immediately moves. And he's getting stun assist as well. Now he's aiming in the general direction of where the E75 was, but the E75 has been killed, so he's out the game. But our Batchat 25T AP has actually moved a long way north, and if the enemy Arty's on this side of the map, well, he might discover them soon. That's why Petro has decided he's going to stick with it, and the good reason he did, because look at this, T95 and another target, a T110E4, and he hit both of them. They both got hit by shots afterwards, so he's picked up masses of stun assist. This is looking like another ace tanker game because he's got 2,200 of actual and 3,400 of stun assist. So if he carries on at this rate, the enemy's going to take a hammering. Okay, that's where the T95 and the T110E4 were. Batchat's still there, but I'm not sure if he's been spotted. There's the E4. Rounds out. Direct hit. And more stun assist. Nearly up to 4,000 stun assist already. And, well, he's being very proactive. He's already driving towards the enemy to try and get even more damage, close the range. That Waffenträger's not going to last long. Yeah, that was kind of inevitable. A vehicle with no armour really shouldn't be that close. He fires another round in speculatively. Oh, he just took out the Death Doom Turtle. And he's now being joined by the T92 HMC, who's decided it's a bit of a rout on this side of the map. Over on the railway line, we're seeing that the enemy tanks are starting to get close, because they obviously realise they're going to lose the west side of the map very shortly. I think if they aim a little further north right now, the enemy Arty will come into sight. Yes, they have come into sight. Petro's expecting one just at the end of the road, but I think he ought to go after the 261 and the GW. Both of them have been killed. He's having a quick look in the village, see if there's anything he can hit over there. Well, they didn't find an Arty at the end of the road, so he's now having a go at the Leopard 1 in the village. Rounds out. No, didn't get a kill there. The enemy, in the meanwhile, have actually crossed the railway line and they're threatening our cap. But we basically captured their cap area at this moment. I don't think they're going to make any attempt to go after the cap, simply because it would just be too dangerous. So he's looking for those enemy tanks that just crossed the railway line. They're hiding in this corner. There's an Object 430, and we didn't see which the other one was. So an STB? May have been an STB. Okay, we've lost the sound again. The game's still running. I do apologise for this lack of sound. It's obviously down to the change in the client. Okay, Object 430, dialing in quickly. Rounds out. Kill shot. That's a pen. 1,056 hit points of damage from that shot. This is definitely going to be an ace tanker game, no doubt about it. He's already over 3,600 and coming up to 4,000 stun assist. There's only 5 enemies left, and they're all on the other side of the railway line, apart from the STB. I think he's on this side, but doesn't dare move. If he does, the projector will get him. Okay, there's the enemy Arty, the FV3805. He decided to cross the river Round out in the TVP. Oh, beautiful shot. Long lead shot there. He estimated where the TVP was headed and he drove straight into the shell. Yes, the delayed sound. I'm sorry about that. The FV3805 sitting on the riverbank. He's not going to last very long. There's the Skoda. Now we can probably hit him, but it might hit the railway carriages instead. Rounds out. Nope, didn't get anything. It's a good job that Pitro did move away from where he was originally located, because if he'd been where he started, he would have got taken out by the enemy tanks when they came across the railway line. But as it is, he's racked up a huge amount of damage. Dialing in on the FV3805. Just need to know where to put the shell. I think he needs to extend the aim just slightly further forward into the water area. That's it, that'll do. Yep, 242 gets the stun assist as well. And that means there's only one left. It's the STB, who's not in the south. We thought he was down there, but he must have crossed the railway line and gone back up the hill. So he's up there somewhere. Oh no, he's on the other side of the railway line. He's still down south. He didn't escape. Okay, line him up. Work out where the shell's going. Oh! Well, one last round goes downrange and the game is over. So a lovely victory there for pitro123. Here's the end of battle stats, and yes, it was an ace tanker game for pitro123 in the 212A. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get 7 in this game. This time round, he got a Gauze medal, like he did the last time, for getting at least 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle in damage, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, as well as a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else in his team. Wow, and his win rate from this one was 6,017, high super unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score and see where he was. Well, he's top of the table when it comes to damage with 4,915. The nearest player to him was the Leopard 1 on the enemy team, who got 4,517. After that, it was the T92 HMC on his own team, got 4,096, and he also got a Gauze medal. So he was playing extremely well. When it came to kills, it was the T92 did the best with 3 kills. 2 kills went to Pitro, also to the 50TP, the Object 140 and the Batchat 25T AP. Excuse me. The Skoda T50 and also the Object 430 on the enemy team also got 2 kills each. But only 5 players on the enemy team actually got a kill in that game. Only 5. When it came to base XP, yep, you've got it. Pitro's top of the table with 1,275 thanks to his high caliber. 1,240 went to the Batchat 25T AP, mainly because he was a tier 9 in a tier 10 game, and I think the same is true for Pitro in this one. And 929 went to the T92 HMC. Pitro fired 13 rounds in this game, had 10 direct hits on the enemy and 1 penetration. I think we can just quickly check which one was the one that he penned. Yes, it was that 430, the Object 430 of all things, a tier 9 Soviet premium, or not premium, Soviet medium, quite a good tank, and he penetrated him for 1,319 hit points. So yeah, he had a particularly bad day on that occasion. Anyway, going back to the details. 13 splashes as well, 4,915, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2, 4,733 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. A very good score for stun. 57,124 credits on a free-to-play account, but after ammunition, resupply and consumables, he still made a profit of 12,294 credits. 1,275 base XP and no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. But Wow, what a game that was. That's the sort of game I'd love to get, because you can really make an impression on the enemy when you get those sort of penetrations. I must admit, this was prior to the nerf that Wargaming did on our Arty. But yes, it reminds you of how much we've lost when you can do this sort of damage on the enemy. And I do remember games like this where I was really having a lot of fun, because Arty could have a substantial effect upon the battle and make it a really good victory with actions, with performance like this. So sad that we've lost it, but we're gaining it back with our skills, because of course Arty players, you can never keep us down. We'll keep fighting and we'll keep winning. I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.